So why did you try to do that?
It's not running away. I want to protect myself. I do have a family. You know, me and the team with me who went in, right? We went inside in a discussion mode. They only call us. All right?
But then you went in and you said, okay, now stop the broadcast,
Yeah, of
stop
course.
the live broadcast.
Of course.
But then how can you do that?
See,
Because that is
the
not
national
discussion.
television.
Right? Were you not threatening?
No, that's not threatening. The commanders was there. They can just kick me out.
What sort of connection? Were there any political connections with some of these groups?
There are political, like not directly involved the political groups, but there are youth societies or the trade unions and the civil societies being involved.
Hello and welcome to another episode of On Fire here on Daily Mirror. I'm Easwaran Rutnam. This is an empty tear gas cylinder, and we saw several tear gas canisters, water being used since April on protesters who had gathered on the streets and demanded the resignation of then President Gotabaya Rajapaksa. And of course, subsequently we saw similar protests even when Ranil Wickremesinghe was made Prime Minister and later President. With me on the program today is Dhaniz Ali. Dhaniz was a key figure in those protests that took place at Galle Face. Of course, he was arrested later on as well. He's out now on bail. And he's here to discuss his involvement with the protests and the future of the Aragalia movement. So welcome to the program firstly, Dhaniz.
Thank you, Easwaran. How are you today?
I'm good, thank you. So, firstly, what has happened to Aragalia? We saw a lot taking place since April. Later on, the whole movement seems to have died down.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a different, it's a different edition we are starting up. So the first edition is finished right now. So our main slogan was "Gota to go home." So we chased him out, right? And now they're saying he's the former president. No, he's not the former president. A chased president. We chased people. So the protest is keep on going. The Aragalia is there, but it's going in a different format. The format being changed, and of course, you know, on 21st night, the attack raised by they say the current president Ranil Rajapaksa, and yes, that's what it's happened. We say it as the government terrorism, what they're doing for us right now. So, but again, the Aragalia is there, and it's going in a different way, and this structure is totally different compared to what we have seen so far in the past, even from the recent Aragalia. This structure is totally a changed one, a new edition, and they will be shocked once this really fire up.
September 9th marks 5 months since the whole protest movement began, at least the Galle Face protest movement. What real change has happened since then? Because, I mean, yes, the protesters were demanding for the resignation of Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Then things changed. We saw a push for a system change as well. But has there really been any system change?
So this is the startup. So we know from past in 88 or 70s or 35 years of war, whatever they've been trying, not being happened. But in coming 9th, it will be 5 months, and we'll be having a silent protest, not a protest, a silent day at Galle Face. I think you have everyone have seen that. So please be there and respect the Aragalia real leaders who gave their life for this real system change, and who's being injured, and we are just going to remember all of them. So what we are expecting, 74 years of this system have to be changed, because for an example, small example I'll tell you. I was arrested, right? Then I'm on bail right now. They arrested me on the flight. So you know, the police, the act is on 1800, the police act, and the courts act is on 1800, and also the prisons act is on 1800. So what we are asking is change everything, right? And now things are being changed. All other, like compared to us, the South Asian countries, they are going way higher than us, and they have like every side they have an industry, and we still thinking that an industry means a factory. No, everything, it has to be industrialized, then only the revolution comes in. So that's what we are saying about the system change. So this system change means, first this they say their class, the politicians class and their families, they have to leave politics and come up with a new constitution. And we are initially asking for a constitutional reforms, or like constitutional amendments. Then we are asking to get rid of the executive presidency, and we are asking for a new constitution, and we are asking for a interim parliament, not a all party parliament. We are asking for an interim parliament, and we are asking for a
but who is this we you're talking about?
People.
But then we don't see this coming from the people.
Everyone.
But where is this? I mean, how can you speak on behalf of the people?
So I went to Galle Face by myself, right? Same as me. Millions of people walking by themselves. And you as a media person, you know that. Even the whole country knows it and whole world knows it. And from initial point of view, we were saying that there's no leaders. People are the leaders. The power have to be to the real people. And for an example, I'll tell you, right now, ourselves, we are going, every election time, we are going to the polling booth and we are voting someone. Do we select him? Do we select them, that person? Him or her, do we select? No. That political party does it. But here, people selected the people who's really active and looking after them.
How was that selection done?
Don't know. That's naturally happened. Even don't know how this Aragale formed.
Why did you become part of Aragale? What led you to take a key role here?
Real anger towards the current system. Real anger. And I was studying in Australia for a bit, and at that time I was always thinking, this country is properly systemized, but my country is a gem, but it's not being systemized as we need it. If it is systemized, we'll be living in our country. A lot of people keep on migrating. When I left Sri Lanka when I was 19, but coming back, I thought of start up a good life in Sri Lanka and live a beautiful life, and as a citizen, you know, we small dreams we have, a vehicle, our own house, weekend family tours, right? A party time with friends. Are we having it? Not really. We don't, because we are day by day we are keep on struggling. That's all because of the system. Because you can see these politicians, they go in very good vehicles, they travel in very good vehicles, and they use all the highly sophisticated products, and they travel all the, like wherever they wanted to travel, they travel. But people, what we are doing, we are still at the same place.
Now you have your own business, right?
Yeah,
or you still have it?
I still have it. I'm an auditor, so I got an audit firm. It's a family business running throughout. So
you were not risking your business by getting involved in the protest?
A bit of risk right now, because my head office is in Kurunegala, but my branch where I'm running it, it's in Colombo. But bit of risk because that's a startup branch in Colombo. So when it started up a year or 2 years ago, a year and a half ago I started. But again, then last 5 months, last month I was in prison. So last 4 months before that, so was fully involved in Aragale. But again, why I was doing it, risking myself, and I have a daughter, 1.5 years old, and I'm doing this as a citizen, not only for me, not at all for me, my kid and my kid's kids. That means for everyone. Okay.
So your family was supporting your
yeah, they're
decision
being
to do this.
supporting, and you know how the families work. You know, sometimes they're being concerned a bit, but other than that, they're being fully supported. Even when I was in prison, my dad was like keep on traveling every day. Of course, my wife, she works, and there was no any financial issues were up. So, but again,
what's you know, when you were fully involved with the Aragale, at least at Galle Face, this photograph of you with Namal Rajapaksa was circulating all over. What's your connection with Namal?
See, I'm the executive director of Football Academies Association. I'm the founder, and my dad used to be a ex-football player, like a national level player, and my brother used to play for the national. So I was there in the national squad, and I played in the school. And I, of course, I flew earlier. So, and we do have a academy, and we are the only academy to become a football club in Sri Lankan football history. And I'm the one and only national level football association founder. So at that time, the Rajapaksa Trophy was there, 4 nations competition, and that time I had 2 or 3 interviews with Namal. So that was the pictures been took. So he was a sports minister at that time. So there's no any personal connections, and there's of course there's no any personal connections, and I haven't met him. Only that twice only I have met him, and not anymore, and I don't have any contacts with him or anything like that.
So when you were involved with the Aragale, were there any calls, I mean, did anyone tell you, be it politicians or anybody else, to, you know, stop this campaign, come out of it, stop your involvement with this?
You know, white van history, and a black van was looking for me with my photo when I was in the protest, and that was the reason I was trying to leave the country. And again, you know how Vasanta Mudali.
But then, you know, yeah, Vasanta's incident, yes. Yeah. But I mean, just to keep the spotlight on you and that leaving incident, since that also drew a lot of attention when you tried to leave the country.
Yeah.
You were seen as this very aggressive character, you know, at Galle Face. You would speak very aggressively. The Rupawani incident was there. You were seen as being very aggressive. And then it was like, now you're trying to run away. You had cut your beard, trying to hide your identity. A lot of people were criticizing, you know, why is he doing this? He should stay and fight. Why is he running away? So why did you try to do that?
It's not running away. I want to protect myself. I do have a family, and I have to, you know, a lot of journalists being killed in the country.
Yeah.
So a lot of being killed. So the protests have to continue. And
But you knew the risk, right? You knew the risk involved, and when you got involved with the protest, you knew the risk.
See, this is the thing. I knew the risk, but I don't want to be just give my life. All right. I just don't want to give my life. They wanted. I don't want to give my life. So what I wanted is, the initial plan was to leave, go there and visit all these international human rights forums, and also to Geneva or wherever I can. Because no one visited from Aragale to the international world, so and say that and protect everyone who's in the Aragale and who's been getting really being arrested right now, and to stop that, I was being planned, and my lawyers advised me just to leave right now, because as they did for put PTA to Vasanta Mudalige, it's easy for me for them to put, because I'm Muslim, and straight away they can say I'm a terrorist because Dhaniz Ali, and straight away my name, it's a Muslim name, then they can easily stereotype myself as a terrorist, and that's the time all these factors get involved, and I thought, let's leave and come back in a different plan, and to save myself and to protect the Aragale as well. And also, I'll tell you another thing. When they arrested me, took me to the cinema grand, the police, at that there's like SSPs or senior DIGs was there, and they called me down from the cell. I went to their office, and I was sitting down here, and they was there standing up. I was standing up. I asked them, can I sit? Then said, you can sit. Then I sit down, and I sat down, and they was saying, why you are doing this? Just stop it. I said, I'm doing this for my country and for my people, and for me as well as a Sri Lankan. For all of us, I'm doing it. And they said, okay, very sorry, and we're gonna get a detention order for you, and you'll be in prison for 3 months under our custody, and might be there'll be 2 years imprisonment for you. I said, no worries, thank you. Okay, and they wanted to put me as under the PTA. That's what they was trying to do. But again, though I don't know whether I'm lucky enough to talk in front of you, I don't know what it is, luck or it's opportunity again given by the people, or the, if I believe in God, by the God or by the nature, to tell the truth to the society. So they couldn't do it because they arrested me inside the flight, and the international medias, everyone captured it and covered it, and I think all the international medias they showed, and that day, whole day or that whole week, I was the headline. So they can't do it. As they arrested Vasanta in a protest, it was easy for them to put a detention order for under the Vasanta's name and get him under their custody. So simple.
The Galle Face protest, there were several groups involved there, and there were these allegations that there were political connections with some of these groups as well. And we saw when Ranil Wickremesinghe was made the Prime Minister, certain groups moving out from there as well. So then there was this feeling that maybe the UNP was involved with some groups, the JVP was involved with some, SJB as well.
Yeah.
Questions were asked about, again, money coming in, where is it coming in, and so on and so forth. What sort of connection, were there any political connections with some of these groups?
There are political, like not directly involved the political groups, but there are youth societies or the trade unions and the civil societies being involved. We don't say no, they're being involved. But again, and we say in Sinhala Nirpakshika, that means no party.
Yeah.
So we don't have a party there, we don't represent a party, and we didn't mention a person. Either when Gotali, we didn't say Ranil have to be the president.
Yeah.
We didn't mention anything.
But then although you say it was non-partisan, we did see politicians coming there. We saw certain UNPers there. We saw certain SJB members there as well. And then later on, they are missing.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Because no one there's no, like no one didn't call for this Aragale. Everyone came in by themselves. So everyone can join. Okay. And again, some they had their own ideology to execute it. As an example, we'll say some wanted Ranil to become the president, next president, or some wanted Sajith Premadasa to become the next president, or some wanted Sajith or Anurakumara to become the next president. But that all been there. But again, like us civilians, the real citizens, we only came to change the system. There's no any hidden agendas. That's what we are here. That's what I'm ready to answer for that. If you call someone else from that protest, or someone like without my crew, or someone from a selected person from the heads, where are they working with?
Yeah.
If they call, then they can't answer like me, because of course there are a lot of, like, majority 90% of us, like real Sri Lankans and real protesters, and wanted a real change. But again, they wanted a different thing to be happen, different agenda, their political philosophy to be executed, or something like that been there.
Let's talk about the Rupawani incident, since that was where I guess a lot of spotlight came on you. Was that necessary?
Wasn't that necessary?
What right did you have to storm in that premises and
tell
everybody switch off the camera, switch off this?
What right does the people had that time to set media stations on fire?
But then there's a law and order for that to deal with that.
Yeah, that's what I keep on saying. What's their right to do that? Okay, and also a former minister went in as well. Me and the team with me who went in, all right, we went inside in a discussion mode. They only call us, all right.
But then you went in and you said, okay, now stop the broadcast, stop the live broadcast.
Of course.
But then how can you do that?
See,
because that is
the
not
national
discussion,
television.
Right? Were you not threatening?
No, that's not threatening. The commanders was there. They can just kick me out. and
but,
they're keeping weapons.
But it looked like they were all,
How,
worried about when
I'm not
there was a
carrying
crowd.
a weapon. Am I carrying a bomb? Am I having a
But
bomb?
you used the opportunity where protesters had stormed the Prime Minister's office, and since everyone was on a back foot, we saw a lot of crowd going to Rupavahini and then, going in and deciding, okay, this is what you wanted to do.
See, national broadcast have to be an independent broadcast, but that being used by the politicians who's being elected as the current government, they being using it as their own channels. As citizens, we do pay tax for that, right? It's owned by us as well. As we are citizens, it's owned by all of us. If I'm coming to Daily Mirror, if I'm doing that, yes, that's a problem. But if I go into Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation,
Then aren't you setting the bad example? Because what if others also try to do this? People start going into there saying that, okay, no, we need to change the setup
this has happened in the world first time. Right, world history, it's being happened first time.
Yeah.
I'll tell you some historical things happened personally to me, okay? World history first time, someone walking into with a group of people as a protesters walking into the Rupavahini Corporation, they are calling for a discussion and they are stopping the telecast and giving us the opportunity. That's the first time. Arresting someone in the flight in Sri Lankan history first time. And putting imprisonment for 14 days using mobile phones in the jail was me. That was first time, so everyone knows it. That's what I'm. Yeah. So something I'll tell you, that incident, it was happened only because it's a protest. It's a Aragale. So we are. So for example, they've been captured the presidential house, president's and presidential secretariat, and also Prime Minister's the temple trays as well. Prime Minister's like the official house. So that's been captured by people at that time. It's been already done.
Yeah. So but all these people, at least some of them, who went and captured, who entered these premises, are now being identified and are being arrested.
Even I do have for the like the president's house thing. So I do have the court case against that.
Yeah.
So illegal entry. So.
But don't you think if these people knew that this was going to happen, that they are going to be identified and arrested, they wouldn't have stepped into some of these premises?
No.
The ordinary people, not the protest, not the
everyone
protest
is
movement.
protesters.
Yeah, but not the main
Everyone,
guys.
everyone came in a different mindset.
Yeah.
To change this system, to get this back to their hand, power to the real people, as I said you before.
Yeah.
So everyone came in that morale. So that was the time. That's it. And that time they will never ever think this will happen after. Okay.
When the military stormed the presidential secretariat and took it back, you went live and you were urging the people to come. To support you all and to give you all the backing there. Yet we didn't see people coming back.
But all the roads are being blocked.
Yes, but then crowds came in, stormed on July 9th.
Yeah.
I mean, I was there as well. I was also outside the premises because the road was blocked. But then, we were waiting to see if people were coming. We were watching a broadcast. We were waiting to see if people were coming. Nobody came. Right. Is it because of fear, or you think people wanted to just step back now?
Again, people have that on the back mind, 88, 89, Batalanda. So that's the main reason. And we want to take that fear out of them. At that time, of course, we means we have to call all our people, like our brothers, sisters, everyone, come to the road and let's protest against him. But they didn't walk in because they keep on remembering that 88, 89. Right, so even parents didn't send them. And he's now showing it in a different style, 88, 89. So that dungeon thing, 88, 89. So that's being shown in a different way now with the ideology affecting the people's mindset, saying that I am a bad man. Of course, Ranil Rajapaksa is a very bad man, and we are really bad than him. Okay. In a good way.
But we're not seeing, I mean, we saw a lot of popular figures also at the protest site in Galle Face, but they have also gone rather silent now.
Yeah, see, that's a phase.
No, sports people, actors, actresses, different kind of people.
That's a phase. Okay, that's a phase. Can you remember the Treasury Governor recently mentions that that was a middle class mindset at that time to change the system. They walked in and they being fighting, and next time if people coming in not from the middle class, lower economy, people from the lower income earners will be walking into the streets, and that will be
So you think that
a
sort of
disaster.
support can be gathered again?
That will be happening. Not maximum, I'll say 4 months max. Within 4 to next 2 months, this will happen. That's for sure.
So y'all are also planning something like that, planning to get people onto the streets and
People
protest?
will walk in. We don't want to plan. Even
But then are people now suddenly, satisfied with the fuel they're getting, with the gas they're getting?
that's the issue, because we have to change our mindset, because we have English speaking liberal crowd in Sri Lanka, and also middle class like us, and also lower income earners. Okay, we all three have to get together right now. Of course, the high class liberal and English speaking crowd, what their main concern is to have a relaxed free life in Sri Lanka, because a lot of their kids live overseas and they keep on traveling. So we'll keep not keeping them aside. They have a different ideology about the system. They are really happy about the system, like they are really happy about the Aragale, and they really wanted a change in the country. And of course they can't be full time involved. And the middle class, they being involved for last 4 months. Some they lost their jobs, some they being having a bankruptcy in their business or something like them being happening. Even as you said, these actors or the celebrity who are being, and they be missing out their income lines and everything. So they have to look back to their life. So that's being happening. Next is a dangerous crowd. That's the lower income earners. If they walk into the streets, that's it. Even of course the governor is mentioning that straight away, right? And he's saying that to the parliament members, and that's what it is. If they walked in, that's it. This 225 will be vanished in a day. So that will happen if they keep on doing this. But we are asking right now, we have 7 conditions from Aragale.
Yes.
Gota to leave, Ranil Rajapaksa, all the regime have to leave and come up with new constitutional amendments, and and also get rid of the executive presidency. And as I mentioned before, executive presidency, and also coming up with the new constitution and go for election and the interim government. So that's what we are asking, nothing else. So please do that. We was expecting that to be happen without Ranil coming into the power, or someone else, whoever came, even Anura or Dallas, whoever came in that time, doesn't matter, without Ranil. And we can't point out anyone, then people will start pointing out to
the
us.
Political connections.
And saying that, not the political connection, then saying you said, and finally what happened. So we are not pointing out anyone. We don't have a leader. We have an action plan. We are sticking with the action plan, and come and join with the action plan. We are asking all the parties, when Sajaba, JVP or TNA, not Pohotua, and also National Freedom Party, everyone to join in with us and work with this action plan. Now they are going with a different agendas, because they think that Aragale is finished now.
Would Aragale, the key players who are involved in Aragale, would you all be considering forming your own political party and also getting involved in politics as well?
Some they might have an ideology of forming up a party or anything like that. Right now, myself and my team, I have a team with me, like all we met at Aragale. So my team and also majority of us are in ideology of executing a proper pressure group, right? Working on a proper pressure group and pressuring up the government and get things done what people needed. Because once we go there, again people will say, this is for this only you was doing that. You was doing Aragale only to get yourself into the parliament. And we don't want that blame to be done. So we will be staying with people's side, and we'll be talking for people. We are doing politics. Everyone is involved in politics. Yes, we are not in election politics. We are involved. Once you put the cross for a party or someone, and if you are getting your voter's ID, straight away you are involved in politics, national politics, okay, and you are involved in politics, but every citizen, every involved in politics, but not in election politics, and also the party politics will not work for Sri Lanka, and we are not in the mindset of thinking that the party politics will get a change. We need a national political structure, and we are looking for a real change in the political structure, economical structure, and cultural structure. And also we say we need a new political culture, economical culture, right, and also like a religious culture. We need a new ideology where everyone can sit in one table and eat, where everyone can have their own ideology and they can be stick to it, and there will be no pressure from people or no pressure from someone. We are looking for something like that.
Right, we'll have to leave it at that, Dhaniz. Thank you for joining us on this program.
Thank you, Easwaran, and thanks a lot for inviting me.
So that's all the time we have for you for On Fire for this week. Do join us again for our next program. Till then, stay safe.